They lying to you. Native American empires were more advanced than Europe. Before Columbus sailed, before any European boot touched this soil, civilization stood here with architecture, agriculture, astronomy, law, and trade. They did not need to be discovered. They were already home.
They handed you a version, they called it education. They stripped the history clean and built a false foundation. The cities were already standing, the roads were already laid, the knowledge was already written before Europe left the cave. Wake up to the lies.
They told you they were primitive. They were not.
Wake up to the lies.
Cahokia was larger than London at its peak. Connect the dots.
Wake up to the lies.
The Haudenosaunee had a constitution before the United States was formed.
Wake up to the lies.
The Aztec capital Tenochtitlan had clean water, markets, and sewage reform.
Markets and sewage reform.
Tenochtitlan sat in the middle of a lake, built on artificial islands called chinampas that produce food all year. In 1421, this capital had a population of over 200,000 people. That is more than any European city
standing near.
Yeah. They had aqueducts carrying fresh water across the lake, while London was drowning in its own waste on cobblestone streets. They had mandatory education for both boys and girls in a system called Karmakak and Telpo Cali. That is a fact that history repeats, but the classroom deletes. The Aztec market at Tlatelolco held 60,000 traders daily, regulated, organized, taxed, and clean. Hernan Cortés himself rode back to Spain and said he had never seen anything so magnificent in his life. Read between the seams, the Inca Empire stretched 4,000 miles down the spine of South America. Over 250,000 miles of road were built in stone. They had a postal relay system called the Chasqui that could deliver a message from one end of the empire to the other in under 2 weeks alone. They practiced advanced brain surgery called trepanation. Skulls have been found with bone regrowth proving patience. Survived the procedure, Europe was still bleeding patients with leeches and calling it medicine, while the Inca were performing successful neurosurgery
with precision and composure.
The Haudenosaunee Confederacy,
also called the Iroquois League,
was formed around 1142, uniting 5 and later 6 nations under one law.
Benjamin Franklin and the founding fathers studied this governance model directly.
The great law of peace was a democratic structure
without a flaw. They handed you a version, they called it education. They stripped the history clean and built a false foundation. The cities were already standing, the roads were already laid, the knowledge was already written before Europe left the cave. Wake up to the lies.
They told you they were primitive. They were not.
Wake up to the lies.
Cahokia was larger than London at its peak. Connect the dots.
Wake up to the lies.
The Haudenosaunee had a constitution before the United States was formed.
Wake up to the lies.
The Aztec capital Tenochtitlan had clean water, markets, and sewage reform. Cahokia, located in present-day Illinois, was a city of over 20,000 people at its height around 1100 CE. That is larger than London in 1050, larger than Paris, larger than any city in England at the time. And yet, schools never mentioned this name in their decree. They built Monk's Mound, a structure with a base larger than the Great Pyramid of Giza, constructed entirely without metal tools, horses, or the wheel. They had a wood engine, astronomical calendar made of wooden posts that tracked the solstice and equinox with mathematical zeal. The Maya developed the concept of zero independently in the 1st century BC, 500 years before it appeared in Indian texts. Their long count calendar, calculated astronomical cycles spanning over 5,000 years with mathematical precision. No European civilization yet possessed. The Maya built cities in dense jungle. They had plumbing under polluted, pressurized water systems running beneath stone floors and walls. The codex books recorded medicine, astronomy, agriculture, and history. Most were burned by Bishop Diego. The land in 1562, a crime that still appalls.
Only 4 Maya codices survived that fire.
4 out of thousands,
and we still mourn
the knowledge that was erased on those pages. The Mississippi Valley civilizations
traded
copper from the Great Lakes,
shells
from the Gulf Coast, obsidian from Wyoming,
across thousands of miles through multiple ages.
They did not need Europe to tell them how to build, how to trade, how to govern,
or how to feed their people across a continent wide and long.
The lie was never about discovery.
It was about justifying what was taken,
and that justification was wrong. They lied to you. Native American empires were more advanced than Europe. Yeah. The Anasazi of the Four Corners region built multi-story cliff dwellings at Chaco Canyon aligned precisely the solar and lunar cycles from the ground. Pueblo Bonito had over 600 rooms constructed without a single metal nail. Mortar mixed from memory, architecture that still stands and astounds. They oriented their great houses to cardinal directions with an accuracy that required years of patient astronomical observation and recorded data. Europe in 900 CE was building wooden huts with thatched roofs, while Chaco Canyon was functioning as a regional capital and spiritual and trade center. Greater the Cherokee had a written syllabary developed by Sequoia, completed in 1821. That within 2 years, the majority of the Cherokee nation was literate. No other nation on earth achieved mass literacy that fast. Not England, not France, not Spain. That is a documented, verifiable fact that sits the heart in the Sarniate clan mothers who held the power to appoint and remove leaders. Women held institutional political authority 400 years before European women could vote. That is not tradition used loosely. That is a functioning constitutional government with checks, balances, and removal procedures written into its root. The forests were not wild.
They were managed gardens across the land. Wake up to the light.
The Amazon was engineered soil.
Terra Preta built entirely by human hand. Wake up to the light.
They called it empty wilderness.
Because admitting cities meant admitting theft. Wake up to the light.
60 million people lived here before the plague, and the gun had nothing left. Terra Preta is dark earth found across the Amazon basin, deliberately engineered over centuries by burning biomass slowly into the soil to increase its yield. This is not nature. This is intentional agricultural science on a continental scale. A technology Europe did not hold.
Oh, the Amazon!
Rainforest itself, the lungs of the earth, was partially a cultivated landscape. Over 80% of its tree species are ones humans selected, planted, and maintained. What Europe called untouched jungle was actually a 2,000-year agricultural project. The largest garden ever sustained. The Plains nations understood bison ecology so precisely that herds of 60 million animals were managed sustainably for thousands of years without collapse. The moment European commercial hunting arrived, those herds were gone in 30 years. That is not progress. That is ecological loss on a devastating scale. Iroquois water law held that no individual could own a river, a lake, or a stream. Water belonged to every living thing downstream. Meanwhile, European cities were dumping waste directly into the Thames, insane, and calling it civilization's dream.
Not savages, not simple, not lost, not primitive, just
not primitive, just stolen. Count the cost. The story did not start with Columbus. It started 10,000 years before him with nations that fed continents, built cities in the sky, wrote constitutions, engineered the earth, read the stars, and governed themselves with more sophistication than the crowns that came to claim them. The lie was profitable.
The truth is overdue.